Relationships, right. They're complicated. They change, especially as we all get older.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So we got this verse 5, from Adi Shankaracharya's Bhaja Govindam.
Mm-hmm.
And this text, it's like all about the philosophy of life. Really gets into it.
Yeah.
And in this verse, there's this really stark comparison. It talks about how your family treats you when you're successful and doing well.
Right.
Compared to when you're older and maybe not doing so well.
Interesting.
So today, let's sort of break that down. See what this ancient wisdom tells us about, I don't know, relationships, reality, maybe even ourselves.
It's fascinating how this verse takes something that we all can kind of relate to, family dynamics, and uses that to make a deeper philosophical point.
Exactly. It starts off by talking about someone who's, really successful, earning lots of money.
Right.
And their family is like, all over them, like, super attached, the verse says.
It does?
Deeply attached, actually.
Yeah.
It's like moths to a flame.
Yeah. I think that's where we start to see the concept of Maya come in.
Okay.
That illusion that material possessions and, achievements will bring happiness and security.
Oh, yeah?
It's like we think, if I just get that next promotion or buy that bigger house, then
I'll be happy.
Then I'll finally be loved and, valued. And it's something we all still struggle with today, I think.
Oh, absolutely. We've all felt that pull, right?
Yeah.
Wanting those external things, thinking they're going to, fill some kind of void.
Oh,
But then the verse takes this sharp turn.
It does.
It talks about the body worn out by age. Jarjara dehe, it literally says. It's kind of a harsh image.
Yeah.
And then there's that line that just hits you.
Yeah.
Nobody in the household even asks about their well-being.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, that's powerful. I think it's a really poignant observation about how impermanent the physical world really is.
Okay.
And how, in a lot of cases, relationships can be kind of conditional.
Oh, yeah.
Our bodies change, our circumstances change, right?
And sometimes the reasons behind those close relationships, well, they change too.
That's true.
It makes you think, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
About what those connections are really built on.
It really makes you think, because so much of how we define ourselves and how other people see us, it's tied to those external things,
Sure.
Success, being able to provide.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, if we took all that away, what would be left?
Right. And that's where this idea of the Atman comes in, the true self.
Okay.
So Vedanta says that the true self, it goes beyond the physical body, beyond possessions, beyond all those changing circumstances.
Interesting.
And unchanging, it's eternal.
Okay.
And if that's our true nature, then shouldn't love and connection be based on something deeper than just those external things that are, constantly changing?
So then how do we get there? How do we move past that illusion of being so attached to all those external things? The verse talks about dispassion, viraja.
And discernment, viveka. What do those actually mean?
So it's not about, becoming completely emotionless or, ditching all your relationships or anything like that.
Right.
It's more about changing your perspective.
Okay.
Cultivating a sense of detachment from those external things.
Okay.
Realizing that real happiness, real contentment doesn't come from clinging to them. Imagine a musician.
Okay.
They love playing music just because they love it, not just for the applause.
Yeah.
It's about finding that kind of inner fulfillment,
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And isn't that kind of the whole point of moksha?
Exactly.
To free ourselves from this cycle of always looking for happiness in those temporary fleeting things.
That's it. The verse is pointing us towards that ultimate freedom. So when you understand that the material world is temporary,
right,
you can start to, loosen your grip a little and lessen the suffering that comes from always holding on so tightly. And it's not some kind of abstract concept. It's something we can actually apply in our lives today.
So it's about recognizing that illusion, shifting our focus inward, and building relationships based on a deeper understanding of ourselves.
Right.
It really makes you think about what's truly important.
It absolutely does. And it raises a big question. If true happiness doesn't come from those external things, then where do we find it? What really nourishes us? What gives us that lasting feeling of fulfillment? That's something worth thinking about, don't you think?
I think so.
Yeah.
Lots to think about. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.